Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, where I just want to wrap up the bank job before I think potentially we might just leave this game aside, because there are plenty of other things I would like to be looking at as well at the same time. It is so crowded this time of year, so bloody much does just keep coming out. So we're here in the bank, we've put everyone to sleep by dumping a giant pile of drugs into the ventilation system. Very glad I did that, that has been incredibly useful indeed. But unfortunately, you can't put robots and other forms of automated security to sleep, so it's not going to be that easy yet. First things first, we need to figure out how we're going to start picking apart the defences of this here bank. If I take down the wall of light, looks like I'll be able to just stroll up into the security office. That way, hopefully, we'd have some buttons to open some more doors. But if I want to do that, I'm going to need to know how to take it out. Fortunately, Foresight can tell me that, because it'll tell me where the circuitry leads. So, round here, round to this corner, down here. Here we go. Right. Whale oil tank. Right flip in there. Okay, so I just need to get over round to the right and the back in order to deactivate that. Well, that shouldn't be a major problem. Just wait for you to turn over there and wander off. And then I can just basically sneak straight over in that direction, because all of the squishy organics are already asleep. Here we go. This is just the moment. Down here. Down over here. Drop down, and now just sneak around the back of the robots. Avoid you. Over the top. And straight through to the security office. Very, very nice indeed. Grab that. Deactivate it. Just put it down without it exploding. Job flipping done. Now, I've just realised something after some trial and error. The robot kept having a panic and waking everyone up. And the reason for that is the robot detects when the flipping wall of light is down and has a freak out. So basically, I need to not remove the oil tank. I need to instead rewire it. That way, it's still active. Now, do you have a freak out about that? Or are you okay with that? Because technically, it's still on. Let's find out. Nope. Okay, the robot seems cool with that. Lovely. So now I can just nip through here, round the outside of you, and this is a-okay, and the robot doesn't mind, because yes indeed, it's all as it should be. As long as there is some form of electricity crackling, the robot doesn't freak out, and now I'm backstage in the security office. Nice. Good, 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 good. And I've got an elevator if that's what I want. Now, I can start opening up some doors here. So, crack that open. Lovely. Next up. Now I've got the stairs. I can go wherever the hell I bloody well choose. Spot on. So we'll also just loot you quietly. Start hitting some buttons. And, okay.
Hey, wake up. I need you to let me in.
Outsider's eyes. If Pena caught me sleeping on the job, he'd make me run the shop floor. May I have the code, please?
Oh, I need to find it.
At least I'm not the only one screwing up today. Check in with Chief Pena. He's in the archives running an inspection. Just, don't tell him about my lapse of attention.
Right, I've just intentionally woken someone up there. That's good. And the guy I'm looking for is down in the archive right at the bottom. Okay. Okay, that doesn't get me into the security office, it'll get me into vault control, but I can now move up to the higher floors. So, third floor here. Let's have a quick look-see round. And if I can also find this chief of security, it's not just getting access to the security office, I can also actually summon the director to where I want to go with a code list. Alright, lovely. So that code list on the chief of security, very, very bloody useful. Although technically, this is her office right here. Okay, I might need to not flipping bother with the head of security or anything. I need to get off you. Are you her? Yes, you flipping are. Well, I guess I'll just have the key, thank you. And something about a document from the murdered pharmacist being sent to the Royal Conservatory, which was in Dishonored 2, so I'm not sure what that refers to. Okay, intriguing. Someone was supposed to be meeting that, yes. Here we go. Address book. I think I'll just quickly read the address book and also copy down the address I wanted.
Copied it down.
Marvellous. Job done, quiet as a mouse. Now, the problem is, I'm going to guess that when the vault arrives, it's going to be big and loud and potentially wake some people up. So there might be an argument for knocking both these up. Uh-oh. Okay, don't cause trouble in this office. There's a giant robot just waiting to wake up here. Anything else we've got? Progress with the safe. I've discovered a way, aha, okay, to open his private safe in the vaults. Now, concentrated on opening his box, box 1. Approach was misguided. No one near clever enough for the Grand Inventor's diabolical intellect. If my suspicions are correct, entering the correct 15-digit code into each safe will open all the security boxes at once, including Jindosh's.
What is that thing? It looks familiar, but I've never seen anything like it.
That may well be where the next mission is held then. Okay, bone charm nearby. Alright, have a little look-see around. It'll be somewhere flipping obvious. It'll just start glowing in this mode. Although possibly it's just like in the... Ah! Hello. Private button I missed. Private button that activates... Aha! I see. Well, that's bloody convenient. Assuming, of course, pushing that private button doesn't immediately activate the security and wake everyone up. But hopefully flipping not. Black bone charm. There we are. Now, what is that going to be? Those are often good. Ah, rapid displacement. Yes. Okay, I wanted that one. I didn't buy it last time. I'll totally take that over forceful throw. So, let's see how that works at this point. We've got... Oh, yeah. Yeah. If I just tap that, I now just warp somewhere. Oh, that's what I wanted. That's so good. But more importantly, Vault Key and her journal. And this is interesting. So, that document that was mentioned a second ago, that the pharmacist hid, potentially with the Royal Observatory, sorry, the Royal Conservatory, yeah, apparently, the cult entrusted those to her, and they were important. The secret void entrance. That's presumably what was just pictured. Aha. Okay, those oracular sisters have closed off the Royal Conservatory. That's a minor obstacle. Right, so we might be going back to a reworked level from Dishonored 2 next, I see.
The eyeless know a way into the void. I need to find it. Cienfuegos sent eyeless documents to the Royal Conservatory. I need to find out what he knew. The conservatory is my next step.
Now we've got something else here, an invitation. And nothing major, just the eyeless asking her to join up. Lovely.
There's the key to the vault. I can unlock all the eyeless's secrets with this.
That there. Third and final one. Marvellous. But first, I need to head downstairs to the archive in order to get the security chief's passcode, to get into the security room, to get into vault control, to move the vault where I want it to go. Assuming, of course, it isn't already somewhere, because logically it can't just be like nowhere, it needs to be in one of its positions already, so I could just rob it wherever it is right now. Right up to the top floor here. This here is... Ah! This door's blocked off. Any chance I could get through... Yep. Okay. I can totally get in there with the elevator. Let's give that a go as a starting point. So summon the lift, then take the lift up to the 4th floor. That presumably should work, assuming it's there. No. The lift doesn't do that, but the lift will, however, be an extremely useful little way for me to skip upstairs, and in we go. Right, now this here is, ooh, something flickering. Something that does or doesn't quite exist. Whale oil rationing may or may not exist. Okay, that's intriguing. Now, this was like the vault maintenance area. Now, what does that mean? Logically, where I start basically whacking machinery if I want the vault to just fall down. Oh, that does not look friendly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought it didn't look friendly. Fine. Right, let's have a little look, see what's going on in this room. So, understandable. There's a tank right there. I should just be able to warp straight past this. And then we've got a... Ooh, a blood fly. We haven't seen many of them. Ah, perfect. There's a little way I can cut through down here. Spot on. Right, so that's totally the right way to go. Right, and... Oh, no. Okay. Let's just double check on this. Make sure there's nothing else that's dangerous back here. Like another one of those. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, I just need to warp to the very end there. And then I just need to warp down over here. Then I can grab that. Right, nothing major. Right to the end. Then immediately head in here. Okay. And then round into here. Lovely, high voltage. And now I just need to go down to about... That should do it. I should be safe. Yep. That's me safe there. Well or tank. Grab that. Pop it down. Deactivated. Nice. Okay. Safe area. Now, this area has been kept very much on the... Ooh. Yeah. This looks important and useful, doesn't it, for bypassing all of the faffing with keys or whatever? Yeah. Like this. If someone is foolish enough to disengage all 4 brake couplings at once, the vault will plummet down the shaft to its destruction. To avoid such a disaster, remove the coupling lever and stow it somewhere safe from all idiots. Barring major catastrophes, my vault will function seamlessly for centuries. But in all fairness, I think probably, given apparently I need to go and find like a special lever or whatever, I'm probably better off just actually moving the vault somewhere safe and just opening it normally. I mean, I've got the keys and everyone's unconscious apart from one robot, so I think probably we'll be okay. Robot's right there, but is facing away. Straight past you, just in case there's anything on the stairwell I need to have a little look-see at. Everything seems under control. Lockbox is down here, good. Bypassed you. Let's go get ourselves some security codes and all the rest of it. Logically, this guy is indeed unconscious, just like everyone else's. Slight concern. Everything's electrified, just like in Yang's house. That's alright. We can just follow the circuitry. Try and find a solution. There it is. Fine. That looks pretty simple, in fact. I can just basically travel from thing to thing to bypass all of that. And I think that room in there is safe. I think I can just hack in there, right? Yeah, that's okay. Oh! Okay, that was a bad room to just jump into. Got it. Let's not do that. I've just spotted something much safer. Up there. Whole bunch of grates and whatever. Okay. And that looks like that is, just perfectly spaced out for an assassin here. Right. Through here. Lockboxes. Well, that's just flipping marvellous. And authorization codes. Well, this is just the flipping thing, isn't it? Yes. This is just absolutely perfect. So I can... Hang on. You've now been marked. Now I just need to wait for him to wander off into a good position. For me to just basically, walk down there. Grab that. 3 cocktails later, lockbox next to some journalist contains a precious gemstone, and I had only 315 coin. 315. Also, apparently I haven't got the authorization codes yet. I may have... Wait, why didn't I loot those when I was down there? I don't know. Also, I think you never actually choose to be over here. Yeah, loot. There we go. I must have not looted you. Fine. So, end security office, page bank director. Oh, yeah. I have got all the flipping codes. Nice. Including, I could summon security into the arc pylon corridor. And if I've converted those to my side, they all get electrocuted. Oh, that's hilarious. Right, Morgan Yu is not what I want. Wait, hang on. Morgan Yu? Bethesda. Come now. Aha. Morgan Yu did indeed just open up to 315. Alright, fine, whatever. Let's just reuse the name Morgan Yu here. So, around the outside of you. Careful not to walk over people. They sometimes wake up if you do that. And gemstone. Nice. Job flipping done. Now, around the outside of here. Got the codes. Never upset you. Didn't have to turn off the electric floor. Which means you weren't annoyed. On we flipping go. Marvellous. And 2 contracts completed as well. Right, convenient timing. It looks like the robot is running away at just the right time. And straight up to the second office. But bear in mind, somebody at this point is now awake. Because I actually woke them up, which is no bloody good at all. So, give the code.
Requesting entry to the security office. Code B15D.
Okay. The door's open. Question now is, where's the alive and awake person? There they are. Okay, so we've now got 1 awake person in this entire area. Probably best we just bypass you as quick as possible. And we've also got, let's just leave you alone, probably. Though we've also got, an alarm system here. We've got robots that haven't woken up yet. We've got more flipping may or may not exist sort of stuff. But at this point, we should be fine, presumably. Robot's not yet activated. But, we got a back way to avoid the electronic floors. Including just hopping straight through here. Yep, lovely. This just lets us skip all of this nonsense on the floor. Just keep going through here. Can't get through there, though. Need to do some more scanning here. Where is the... There it is. Right there. I might be able to hit that with a bolt, but that's totally going to make enough noise to wake everybody up. So I'd rather not do that if at all possible. But what's the alternative? I don't see another way through. Okay. And I can't stand on top of a... Ooh. I can stand on top of a door. Well, that's just bloody convenient, isn't it? Yes! There's a trick I've never really used before. And in we go, and in we go. Nice! Well, bloody done. Right, now, turn that off, but if we turn it off, security's going to be annoyed. Let's just check if anyone gets annoyed by that. Okay, no sign of trouble so far. And that gets me through to the Vault Control Center. Very, very nice indeed. Lovely. And this also gives me a shortcut straight back to the starting area thanks to that button. Beautiful. Now, one employee, I'll have your money off you. Now, right now, the vault is currently just in a secure location. Good. So probably the safest place to put it will be straight up to, security office direct line. So with the code, I could just have it moved without coming here, because I could just basically, if I took out that guy, give the order to this guy, were he awake, to move the vault for me. Okay. But for the time being, director's office.
Why is the vault moving? What's going on?
Everything is fine. Just testing the mechanism.
That wasn't scheduled. Nobody tells me anything. All right.
Okay. Now we've also just quickly excused ourselves from the security guy. He's fine. That's the one guy who's awake in this entire bank and doesn't seem to have noticed that. Okay, just need to tell him it's a test, and everything's fine. Now the vault's up there, but has that woken up the director? Because it strikes me that it could well have done. You guys are... Nope. You haven't woken up yet. Okay. Now we've got ourselves the bank vault. Beautiful. And now we've just got to turn that. Please don't wake up. Don't wake up. Nice and sleepy. Now, the vault's opened. Question is, what are we going to do with all the rest of this? Because we now know about the... Well, there's a bunch of keys we can use, sure.
This has to be the one.
Yeah, but don't worry about that for now. Because didn't they say, hang on, you can't get into his own vault, that's too advanced. But if you open all the others, then you're okay. And I think the others we know the code for already, right? 15-digit code into each safe opens all the security boxes at once, including Jindosh. Okay. And the 6. Okay, so 3 times 5, 15. So we just need to start over here. And we already know where they started. It's the prime numbers, but the prime numbers excluding the double digits. But the one that we saw, the notes, seemed to start, I think it started at 2. But it says not all of the digits in the combination are prime numbers. Well, that just made a click. That's a good starting point. So 7, then next it skips to 13, right? Oh, wait, hang on. Didn't it say 8 on the thing? Yeah, it said 8. But why? Why is that 8 rather than 7? Okay, so prime numbers, but not all prime numbers. And in the event that you skip a... if you skip a double, maybe you add to the previous number the number that makes up the double. That, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's worth a flipping go. Unless, because they said 15-digit combination, you actually need to start one further over. But then I've been getting the clicks so far. Okay, screw it. Let's just use the key, see if there's anything hidden in here. Because there might be a way of entering more code in here. Well, no, but there is a bloody good knife. That's nice, at least. There's the knife, and... okay, get to that in a second. Let's worry about the rest of this first. If I set this one to 235, Will that actually do anything? Will I get a nice reassuring click noise? No, that doesn't do anything. Okay, determined to solve this one. In fact, screw it. I'm going back to the bloody lobby. I want to check out that room, see if I can determine any more clues from the actual room in the lobby there. And easy enough to bypass the soldier, because I can just go along here and simply drop down to, like, over there. And drop down to here. Nice and simple. Yeah, so there's the beginning. 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Well, 2 plus 3 equals 5. And 3 plus 5 equals 8. And 5 plus 8 equals 13. Ah! We might just have ourselves a solution there. It's nothing to do with prime numbers. That's why it begins with 2. It's because each number added together leads 6. How did you not solve that? Man who clearly went mad scribbling on a flipping chalkboard. So 2, 3, 5, 8, then 13. So, therefore, next, logically, would be 21. And then 13 and 21 equals 34. So, 3. And then 21 and 34 equals 55. Okay, come on. Give me this one, game. Come on. No. Irritatingly not. Unless, wait, hang on. It did say 15-digit code, suggesting I do need to start on Jindosh himself. Oh, hello. Well, I've just accidentally solved this one, which I didn't actually mean to do, but never mind. I've got myself a black bone charm here. Wolfhounds can't smell me. Oh, that's so useful. Yeah, I'll take that. Didn't actually mean to open that one, but never mind. I was just flipping going through the pattern. But I think it was 818, but I need the pattern 813 for the full 15-digit pattern. Ah, now that just made a good reassuring clunk. I like that clunk. Now 34 and 55 would equal 89. And then the next one would just begin with a 1. We can't enter the full sequence. Yes? No? Well, there was a clunk. Generally a clunk seems good, right? Now, I feel like I'm on the cusp of it, but I haven't quite got it. Because I've entered all of those correctly. Because, yeah, 55 plus 89 would totally begin with 100. But if it's a 15-digit number, it feels weird that just the 1 is at the end. Possibly it's not quite the sequence I'm thinking of. Okay, one last working theory here, which is this safe did make a click when I had 235 on it. Absolutely. You see, that clicks. So I think that's correct. And that clicks too. But these two clicked on 455 and 8... No, because this one doesn't have one, but if I pretended it did... Okay. But that leaves... The sequence doesn't begin at 2. The sequence shouldn't begin at 2, because if the sequence was 0, 1, 1... Oh. 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 Oh, yes. Oh, flipping yes. Oh, Jindosh. What have you been hiding from me? Okay. Good. My goodness, 10 coins. At last I can retire and give up this life of crime. A note on Clockwork Allegiance. Okay. Oh, well, isn't this something fancy? Just in case anyone ever tried to turn his Clockwork Soldiers against him, there is an override dotted inside them. Say that to the Clockwork Soldiers, and they're on your side. Hoo. Okay. Now that is bloody useful. Right, so now any Clockwork Soldier I run into in the entire game, I can just turn to be on my side. Nice. What else have we got going on here? A silver sextant. Worth a fair bit of money here. Another 50. Another 10. Yep, we're getting rich on all of this. Lovely. Pouches. Tivian ore, 20 apiece. Very, very nice indeed. And other than that, just a few other bits and pieces of background flavor text. Nothing important, I don't think. Right. Get this safe back open again. And we have got the full flipping set here. Including, most importantly of all, we've got the knife. Boom.
You and I were both abandoned to uncertain futures on dangerous streets. And taken in by murderers. Doubt spared your life all those years ago, I was taught a lesson that you still haven't learned. Someone will stay with you, even in the void.
Give it to me. I don't have time for this.
Time repeats the same unending patterns. 4,000 years ago, this knife cut my name away. Forgotten forever. You know what it's like to lose one name and live with another. We are all made by the things that are taken from us.
I've seen the people you've twisted with your poisonous magic. You know what I want. You know I'm coming for you.
I know more than most. I know that time is bleeding into itself around you. I know that you have felt it, and you are searching for the places where the world has broken against the void. I know that Dowd is dead where you left him on your ruined ship, and you will carry that knife with you to face me at the black center of all things.
Why are you doing this? Why are you talking to me now?
I'm here because you are different. The void has found you through the cracks in your broken life. And when you cut me out of it, what will remain? What will you leave behind when you walk away?
What does the outsider want from me? Dowd. Is he really gone? I have the knife. I need to get back to the dreadful whale.
And now I'm actually using the knife as a weapon. Very, very nice indeed. Ooh, and it gives me a new toy. A Void Strike. Charge the sword with void energy, release it to slash them from a distance. Very, very nice indeed. Damage is low, your target will be thrown in the direction. Okay, it's a bit of a force push and a bit of damage. Lovely. I can also interact with environment, break objects. Cool, brand new toy. And now, without anyone ever realising what was going on here, everyone just having a nice little nap, time to just sneak my way straight back out again. Should be able to just head down in this direction. Lovely. Everyone's still nice and asleep. Probably safest thing I can do is... They're going to be telling me to go up this way. Okay, I'm just going to go up the stairs here. Ah! That might be what that back entrance that I found last time was. Yeah, that makes sense. That'll be what that's for. That's ultimately where we actually leave the level. Yep, as I suspected, out to the streets. Let's see if that's the end of things. Right, nice and quiet. Back to the beginning. Yep. Should sneak my way in and out there. Never spotted, never killed as far as I'm aware. I think that should be pretty much spot on, in fact. Yep, spot on. 0 kills, 0 detections. Very, very nice indeed. Now what about the rest of it here? Not even half the flipping money either. Dear oh flipping dear. Did 2 of the contracts, the most expensive ones. And I also did 3 nice special actions there. Sedated all the bank personnel. Definitely worth doing. That makes that really simple in the early sections. And honestly, it's pretty much simple all the way through thanks to that. Retrieved the bragging rights and also stole that information. Very, very nice indeed. As suspected, we would indeed be going next to the Royal Conservatory, back from Dishonored 2, presumably actually reformulated in some ways, in order to steal some notes back.
I watched the fires burn all night. Smoke blocking out the stars. Water hissing as the hull of my old ship blackened around his body. Dowd, gone at last. How many tried to kill you and came no closer than I did all those years ago? How much coin was on your head, old man? Now no one but the Void can collect. For years, I imagined the outsider offering me his mark. Instead, he's given me the knife that made him. A weapon that can surely unmake him as well. I can't begin to understand his motives, but I know what Dowd wanted. And if he's got to wander the void forever, maybe I can give him some measure of peace by ending this. As the dreadful whale burned to cinders, did the outsider laugh or just watch? Same as me. It's as fine a pyre as I could make. Farewell, Dowd. I'll finish what you started. I had that ship for years, and it burned away in hours. Dowd is dead, and Megan Foster died with him.
So in which case, where am I right bloody now?
One of the Eyeless, a painter and pharmacist, stole information about how to enter the void. His name was Cienfuegos, and he was obsessed, just like the rest of them. But he went too far. Before the Eyeless killed him, he sent what he'd stolen to the curator of the Royal Conservatory. Maybe she could have helped him. He never found that out. The curator is gone, but whatever Cienfuegos sent her is still there. The Abbey of the Everyman has taken over. They've sent overseers and oracular sisters to search the place for heresy. I need to find whatever's left of the pharmacist's archive before they tear the conservatory apart.
But where exactly am I right now? Ah, I'm just starting, presumably, in a little apartment that is very, very close by the conservatory itself. In fact, that's it. Right flipping there. Well, that's just bloody convenient. So I think you can see how this might go next, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, right over there, we have got ourselves a list of heretical artifacts. Would be good to go and have a little read of that. Figure out if that can give you some clues as to some valuable stuff to steal, or indeed the location of the information I'm actually looking for. Over there in the distance, we've got ourselves the black market, so we can get ourselves some new contracts. Obviously, it looks like there's a door open down over there to get into the basement. The front door, if I feel like walking in there. And probably some form of way to get into a window or a balcony or something. Multiple entrances, multiple exits, multiple solutions. Yeah, I mean, this is simply a good Dishonored game. It takes the idea of big open areas and plays with it very, very nicely. But you know what? I think we are going to call it a part there. Indeed, actually, I think we're going to call it for the series there. The bank job was a magnificent little conclusion, I would say. And there's two main reasons for that. The first is, honestly, I'm genuinely a little bit surprised that, yeah, there's been very little interest in this series, actually. It's not really one that seems to have caught the channel's imagination. So if something is clearly just not popular with the channel, I'm not generally kind of keen on forcing it through to its inevitable conclusion. Especially as it seems like, you know, it's going to take me 2 parts for every single mission, 6 missions remaining. This will be another 12 parts for this series to be done yet. And yeah, it doesn't seem to have really captured the channel's imagination. But more importantly, perhaps, we are in the busiest time of the year for new releases. In fact, by the time you see this video, there's a very, very good chance indeed I will have hopefully already received review code for Total War Warhammer 2. And I definitely want some space available in the schedule for that to become a series. I definitely want to do my initial run through there. But I will say, thoroughly recommended this game. Thoroughly recommended. Because what I've just done over the past, what is it, 5 parts, I think, was actually just the first 3 missions. Because judging from the mission screen, it would appear that, yes, the missions I've done so far have just been the first 3 missions. And from the blanks, it would appear there were 9. So, for what is, well, not really a budget title, but you know what I mean. Next to many AAA releases, quite the budget title for a relatively low-priced new release. Blimey, it feels like there's a lot here, because these are big missions. The bank job and follow the ink, to my mind, feel bigger than any of the missions in Dishonored 2 itself. In fact, it's almost weird that it feels like this game might be bigger than Dishonored 2, which was released at full price. Quite frankly, it feels a little bit on the backwards side. So yeah, a big impressive game for its price tag. I would recommend it, definitely worth a look for yourselves. I might well even do it in my own time. Maybe we'll see a live stream to wrap this up at some point. I'm genuinely not sure. But definitely a solid little game, and I'm very glad I got to show you at least a little bit of it, because the bank job, actually, in all fairness, all 3 of the missions I've done so far have been really, really damn solid, classic Dishonored missions. This game has figured out what makes a good Dishonored game, and it is running with it. So definitely glad I've had the chance to show you what I have shown you, and I'm sure sooner or later we'll be back with the Dishonored franchise. Damn good franchise. In all fairness, 3 main games in the series, every single one of them has been pretty damn good, all things considered. But in the meantime, I've been John. It's been many a true nerd, and this has been Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. Thank you very much, and goodbye. No, sadly, I cannot be the Santa Claus of murder tonight. So apparently, even though this thing is... Oh, no, no, you can't. No, you most certainly can't. Okay. Is that the symbol meaning I'm about to pull her over? Yep, there we are. There we... Oh! I feel like she didn't necessarily survive that. No, she's very dead.